You want to make sure that you avoid any misleading claims, right? Don't say all natural or all organic if you are not. Make sure that you are being true to who you are. It's okay to not be all natural or certified organic if you're not there yet. It's more important to really be honest and say, this is who we are, this is what we have, this is what we don't have, and let the audience make their decision. Hey everyone, welcome to Beauty Beneath, the podcast where we talk about all things beauty. I'm your host, Andrea, and today we're going to be talking about how greenwashing affects the beauty industry and what that even means. So let's get into it. Now, today we all see things like clean beauty, natural, organic, sustainable, and it can get a little confusing to understand what these terms all mean and what we should really be looking for. So today we're going to dissect the key call outs that we see in the industry and what they mean, what they're telling us, and what we should really place our importance on. We're also going to be talking about what we value and what we should be looking for when we want to get the best product possible for our skin, but being really conscious of our environment and of our health. So, without further ado, let's dive in. What does it mean when we see brands greenwashing? What does it mean to greenwash? A lot of times, brands will falsely imply that they are more natural or more clean than they really are. And you can be walking the aisles and seeing things on packaging like eco friendly or sustainably sourced. A lot of beauty products will call things out like organically derived or natural. And it could come across that these products are good for us or they're super, super clean. But in essence, if you flip the bottle around and you actually take a look at the ingredients, you're going to see a lot of things on there that shouldn't be on a all natural or all organic product. And that then tells us that they are trying to get us to focus on this one small detail of the overall product and kind of take it as a whole, when in reality, that's not the case. Now, it's really common in the beauty industry because our generation is growing very, very knowledgeable about what's out there, what we want to be ingesting in our foods, what's good for us, what's bad for us. And today, it seems like there's a new piece of research telling us, today apples are not good for you, and today that's not good for you. And now we find that the wheat is sprayed with this chemical that's bad for you and causing all of these skin ailments and disorders. So it is extremely crucial to be vigilant and knowledgeable and aware of what we're ingesting, what we're putting on our skin, what we're using for our children, the products that we're cleaning our homes with. It is very important and it does impact the beauty industry because as we gain this knowledge and as we become more attuned to paying attention to these things, we can make better choices for ourselves. We can make better informed decisions about what I want to be using. There shouldn't really be so much confusion as to, is this product good for me? Is this product safe for me to use on my kids? We want to eliminate that confusion. And I think the beauty industry is really staying on its toes in terms of, trying to offer solutions that are better for you. But there is still a lot of noise and a lot of confusion that we need to work through so that we understand what we are seeing. Let's dive into a few of the common terms that you're going to be hearing. We'll start with natural. So, what does natural actually mean? Well, a natural product means that all of the ingredients in that product is utilizing only ingredients that are derived from nature. That's plants, vegetables, root extracts, essential oils, botanical oils, nothing that is made in a lab. And most often, you want to eliminate any chemical processes from these ingredients. So it also means that not only are they naturally derived, but they are also not going through any synthetic processes to make them ready to formulate with. So a lot of times you're going to see cold press distillation, and things like that versus any chemical engineering to transform the ingredient to be more suitable for a cosmetic product. So you're taking a look at the ingredients and you're also taking a look at the processes that those ingredients have gone through to make their way into your bottle or jar. No synthetic ingredients and minimal processing on its way to being ready for your product. Those are the two most important things when you're looking for an all natural product. And of course, goes without saying, void of any synthetics, any chemicals. That is the true definition of an all natural product. Okay, now let's go to something like organic. Many times people come to us at Spot of Soleil and they ask, what is the difference between all natural and an all organic product? All organic means that you are finding these ingredients in nature. They are naturally derived, but they've been harvested on land that is organic, that has complied with organic criteria. So it's just another level up. It's another step up to gaining that most pure product. The interesting thing that most people don't know is that the term natural is actually not regulated by any body versus organic is regulated by, in the US, let's say, an agency such as the USDA. They do a great job at regulating certified organic products. So when you see certified organic on your product, you know that there is a very clear, specific outline for the criteria that that product meets. Versus natural, it's a little more vague and there is a little more room for brands to cut certain corners, saying that their product is all natural when in fact it might not be. The other key thing to remember is that organic products are going to avoid any GMOs, any ingredients that have been harvested with pesticides or synthetic chemicals. So the purity of your product has just really leveled up. This becomes really important when you're dealing with certain skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis or allergies or skin sensitivity, rosacea. We at Spot of Soleil believe that if you have sensitive skin, you should definitely be paying attention to all natural, all organic, and utilizing those products for your skin because you're already so susceptible to things that are going to disrupt your balance, your skin balance. So, utilizing products that have not come into any contact with fertilizers or chemicals is essential for you to maintain your skin health. Let's talk about the average person who isn't really dealing with any skin sensitivity. How important is it for you to be purchasing all natural or all organic products? This really becomes a personal decision and how you envision your skincare products playing their role in your life as a whole. Are you eating all natural? Are you working with only natural cleaning products? These are really big steps because the thing that's going to affect our bodies the most is what we actually ingest. Then we take a look at the products that are all around us. Something that you might want to avoid if you're trying to live a cleaner life are fragrances, right? We know that fragrances are synthetic. They should not be in any of our natural products. And if you're focusing on certified organic products, you should only be working with certified organic fragrances in those products. So, you want to really understand how important are natural products for me? How important are certified organic products for me if I'm not dealing with any skin ailments? Now, at Spa de Soleil, we believe in another category of products. We definitely formulate all natural and we definitely formulate certified organic. We are a certified organic registered facility, but we actually believe in clean. Now, let's dive into what clean is because every brand out there today is calling themselves clean. And again, the term clean isn't regulated. So it's a little vague in understanding, what is the actual definition. But our philosophy is that a clean product does its due diligence and utmost effort to be void of any synthetics or known harmful chemicals. So when you see the word clean, you want to look for what we call free of claims: paraben free, sulfate free, phthalate free, mineral oil free, dye free. There's so many other free of claims that you could be looking for. But these are things that are known, backed by research to be super harmful to us. And we definitely don't want them on our skin. We don't want them in our foods. We don't want them anywhere near us, right? Anything you put on your skin, your body is going to absorb, not in the same level as when you're ingesting, but still, it does get absorbed into our bodies. And we want to know that our product is as clean as possible. This places a little more responsibility on the consumer because you have to define clean for yourself. Do not depend on the big brands to do it for you. They want to sell you a product, and they will do that by saying, we are free of this one ingredient. Whereas the whole other list of harsh and harmful ingredients could be in their label, right? Or we are sustainably sourced packaging. We're dealing with post consumer recycled materials, but they have a ton of synthetic ingredients in there that are not good for you. So you as a consumer need to be super vigilant. What does clean mean for me? And where are my standards where I am going to make sure that these products are void of these ingredients so that I know I'm getting the very best? Now, ethical beauty goes beyond just the label. We want to understand, what were the manufacturing practices involved in making this product? What type of components are we using? Are we ethically sourcing these ingredients? And it's really hard for the average consumer to do that because most brands aren't that transparent. So when you're thinking about creating your beauty brand, you really want to have that transparency. It's such an add value for your audience because they're going to be able to say, hey, I'm able to decipher how clean, where on the spectrum does this product lie? Is it all natural? Is it all organic? Is it just better for you than the average product? And that transparency builds loyalty with your customers. And that's essential. So when you're trying to, let's say, private label your products, don't be afraid to ask, what level of cleanliness am I looking at? Is this all natural? Is this all organic? Is it clean? What can I say? Is it vegan? Is it non-GMO? Is it cruelty-free? Can I possibly get certified with somebody like EWG? Are all of the ingredients scoring a 1? These are all things that you want to ask your manufacturer because you want to be able to be transparent and relay that over to your customers. When they feel like you're being transparent with them and they really understand what they're purchasing from you, you are going to make that connection that this brand is something that you can trust. And I think that's essential when you are trying to promote your brand, when you're trying to really make a difference in people's lives. You want them to be able to trust you. One of the things that I believe in most is, do not claim to be someone you are not. So if you are not an all natural product, you only have a few key natural ingredients in there, don't call yourself all natural. We really want to be true to who we are because that's how our story and our brand resonates with our audience. This is a key reason why we believe in private labeling versus selling another brand. You have very little control as to what another brand is doing. And when your clients are coming into your spa, into your salon, or they're coming across your website, or whatever it is that you are trying to get them to experience, and you are not promoting your products that you have invested in with research and time to understand where they're coming from, you don't have control. Right? So you want to really find products that you believe in, that you're willing to put your name on, and offer that to your clients, offer that to your customers. When you're private labeling, don't just take anything. Do your research, right? If you are an esthetician and you are selling another brand, you can't vouch for that sustainability. You can't vouch for the cleanliness. You really have to take the product at face value and then hope that your customer is going to trust that and want that. But when it's your brand, when it's your baby and you've done that research, you're selling that product with passion and with understanding and with knowledge. And that really just elevates your whole experience for you as a seller, for your customer, as someone who's buying into this product. You're going to be able to vouch for the product and it just transforms the entire experience. That's the beauty of being able to private label products. You have this room to dive deeper and not just take a brand and wholesale it and then offer it to your clients because it's checking off all of the traditional boxes. You want to be able to offer them something that's better. It can become a little confusing to figure out what to lead with when you're creating your brand and how to make your brand stand out when you're really just getting started and wanting to place a focus on this better for you category of products. So, here are some things that you should be paying attention to. Right? Are these products safe? Are they void of any known harsh or harmful chemicals, the ones we listed, formaldehyde, phthalates, mineral oils? That should be a no-brainer where you check that off your list, and already you're setting your brand apart from a lot of the other conventional items that are in the market. Then you move on to sustainability. Am I working with plastic components or glass or aluminum or post-consumer recycled materials? Now we're getting a step further. I'm dealing with sustainable materials that are going to be better for you. The product is sitting in this component, right? So you want to make sure that you are doing best for the product while it's living in that component, but also what's happening to that component once the consumer is done with the product. Is it recyclable? Is it sustainable? Is it eco-friendly? So you want to touch on sustainability too, if you are able to. You want to make sure that you avoid any misleading claims, right? We already touched upon this, but don't say all natural or all organic if you are not. Make sure that you are being true to who you are. It's okay to not be all natural or certified organic if you're not there yet. It's more important to really be honest and say, this is who we are, this is what we have, this is what we don't have, and let the audience make their decision. Next is sustainability. Are the ingredients fair trade? Are they non-GMO? Are you working with vegan products? These are all really important factors to consider when creating your brand. Can you stay cruelty-free? That will ensure that your brand's ethos about being clean and better for you is really coming through. And if you really want to take it a step further, you can do something like heavy metal tox risk assessment for your products, where you take the product, send it out to a lab, and they'll do an assessment and make sure that you don't have any heavy metals in your product or any toxic chemicals. There are so many different avenues where you can highlight your products cleanliness and sustainability and eco-friendliness that'll really differentiate your brand from other brands in the market. Now, having said all of this, at Spa de Soleil, we think that it's a really nuanced and balancing act of having a product that works and that feels good and looks good and the experience is there, and being all clean and all natural and all organic. You want to understand what is most important to your demographic, what is most important that's going to reflect your brand mission. It's more important to have a balance of all these things versus being on the extreme of one end of the spectrum. That's our belief. So all of our products that we formulate with will always be free of parabens, phthalates, mineral oils, dyes, harsh chemicals, and the list, like I said, goes on and on and on. They're not always going to be all natural or all organic, because there are so many ingredients that don't fall under those two categories that are really not that harmful for us and actually have benefits. Let's talk about some synthetics that you probably use in your products and you don't realize they're synthetic and that they're not bad for you. Things like hyaluronic acid, peptides. These are not things that you can go out in the earth and find and extract them and put them in your bottle. These are synthetic ingredients, but they have great benefits for your skin. Peptides are wonderful for anti-aging. Hyaluronic acid is great for moisture retention and plumping up your skin. Would you throw those out for the sake of having an all-natural product? It's something you really want to think about. Not all non-natural or non-organic ingredients are bad for you. So with that, I want to play a little game where I'm going to name an ingredient and you can try to figure out if it's natural or actually synthetic. And we might learn a little something about certain ingredients that we would say, no, no, not in my product, but it's actually good for you. Or certain ingredients that we kind of overlook and don't really red flag, but we should. All right, here we go. Number one, tocopherol. Sounds kind of chemically, right? But this one is actually vitamin E. It's a natural form of vitamin E that you would find in your products. And so if you thought that this was a synthetic, now you know. Tocopherol is a very, very beneficial ingredient. It's an antioxidant that helps with anti-aging and something that you really want to have. Sodium cocoyl isothionate. Again, very synthetic sounding, but actually a natural ingredient. This is a coconut oil. So if you see this in your product and you get scared saying, I can't even pronounce this ingredient, it must be synthetic and a chemical and I shouldn't have it, just know it's coconut oil. And that is very hydrating for your skin. Cocamide DEA, synthetic or natural? Synthetic. Okay, so cocamide sounds like coconut and sounds kind of like a natural ingredient. You might not raise your eyebrows too much, but this is actually a synthetic ingredient. It's derived from coconut oil, which makes it sound friendly. Cocamide DEA is actually linked to a lot of skin sensitization and irritation. So, really something that you want to avoid from your products. Now, this one might be a little easy for some of you, but parfum. Sounds kind of friendly. It's in absolutely every single product on the market, unless there's a fragrance-free call out. But this is actually synthetic. And today we're finding out more and more how harmful fragrances are for our bodies and for our hormone balance. So if you struggle with any sort of skin ailment or trying to balance hormones, you really want to avoid any perfumes, fragrances, anything like that. Xanthan gum, not a synthetic and not harmful for you. This is actually a sugar that is just a thickener used to make your products feel good, feel a little thicker, and not so runny. So if you see xanthan gum, you don't need to run in the other direction. It is not a harmful synthetic. Ascorbyl palmitate. Sounds a little chemically. However, this is really just vitamin C. And we know that vitamin C has so many skin benefits, right? Brightening, anti-aging, it's packed with antioxidants. So you definitely don't want to run away from this ingredient just because it sounds a little chemically. All right, last one, caprylic capric triglyceride. A little bit of a long one. Synthetic or natural? This ingredient is actually natural, derived from coconut oil. And it is an emollient that helps condition and moisturize the skin. So, again, not something that you need to be fearful of. And I hope this kind of just educates us a little bit more to understanding that not every ingredient that sounds like a synthetic or a chemical is, in fact, that. A lot of ingredients that we use are actually clean, natural, or really just not harmful for us at all, versus a lot of ingredients that we've grown accustomed to seeing in our ingredient labels are really not great for us. And we should be making educated decisions to leave them on the side and avoid products that utilize them. Thank you for joining us today. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And remember, it's not just skincare, it's skin lifestyle.